This is my audience. Okay, so I'm going to talk about Hearst Castle, and this is in California where I went to go 2 years ago during the summertime, and I was really intrigued by it with all of the history and the architecture. So a little bit of background information. This is William Hearst. He was the son of George Hearst, who became a very wealthy business owner of the copper mining field and the newspaper article of the New York Journal, and he was an important rancher in the western United States. He was a self-made millionaire, and as a rancher, he then purchased 48 acres of land in San Simon in the late 1800s and later married Phoebe Hearst, and they had their only child, William Hearst. Later on, after his parents passed away, he was given the land and decided to build a castle in California called Hearst Castle, and is toured now by millions of people from all over the world. William Hearst was a media genius whose influence extended to publishing, politics, the world of art, and Hollywood. According to HearstCastle.org, his power and vision allowed him to pursue one of the most ambitious architectural endeavors in American history. Hearst Castle is located in California, 4 hours from San Francisco and 4 hours from Los Angeles. California had made it a historic house in a California state park. Tours are available, and the house holds about 58 bedrooms and 58 bathrooms. So this is the house. You can tell that it's really big because this is his main house. These are his guest's house and the pools. And so I'm going to talk about only a few because it's so big I can only talk about a couple. This is the world's famous Neptune pool. As you can tell, it's 104 feet long and 58 feet wide and holds 345,000 gallons of water. In the picture, there's sculptures all over the pool, and these were always flown in from other parts of the world. And the next pool is the inside pool, and it's called Roman's Pool. It holds it's decorated with 8 statues of Roman gods, goddesses, and heroes, and the whole room is decorated with tiles to create a mural of the 5th century look. Hearst built the house so that he could have famous guests come and experience his great mansion that he built. And with that, he needed a place that they could get there easily. And people like kings and queens and even the famous Amelia Earhart was invited to come and stay. With that, he created an airport to make it easily accessible for people to come in from all over the world. And even with his publishing newspaper, he had a airstrip to get the newspaper every day. So that he could critique it and publish it and have it sent out the next day. I have no pictures of the airport right now because it's now the visitor center of the whole thing. With that, here's his house again on a different angle. With all of the land that Hearst inherited, he not only wanted to create a world-known mansion, but also a place to preserve wildlife. He created the world's largest private zoo. It was once home to caged animals and over 50 species of herbivores. A staff was hired to give them the right diet and exercise, but over the years, Hearst ran into great financial problems and was forced to dismantle the zoo in 1937, and so many of the animals were given to other zoos or donated. Hearst also filled his house with thousands of pieces of artwork from all over the world. You could find them in the guest houses, in the gardens, and even in the main buildings, and even the architecture of the house. Many people called it his own personal museum, and the house is worth at least $2 billion. Today, the state of California is protecting Hearst Castle for many more years to come, and conservators are hired by the state to preserve the land, art, and the pools.